So we're going to do some hand exercises, and starting with acupressure on the middle of the wrist in line with the middle finger. That is the pericardium meridian, and it's good for the heart as well as emotions, but this is also used for hand flexibility. And move 3 fingers away from the wrist in the same line. So this is like a river or a stream. You've got the well at the beginning of the meridian, and then it all travels towards the sea. And then on the other side, those 2 points. And then we move across to the little finger, about 3 fingers away from the wrist. And the other side. And if you'd done just one hand, you'd really feel the difference already. Next point is when you make a fist under the fist there. This point is used to relax the muscles as well and improve digestion. It's on the small intestine meridian. Next point is in between the webbing here, used for headaches and toothache, but also it's on the large intestine meridian. So it's responsible for letting go. And now we'll move to between these 2 knuckles here. This point is used for the ears and the liver, just because of where the meridian goes and stuff like that. It's also good for the kidneys and the other side, and the hands, of course. Next, we're going to go in between the joints using our knuckles. These points are called Bach-C, and they're used for also for digestion, but as well the hands, the fingers particularly. Or you can use the thumb to press in between each one. And one more point, which is on the outside of the middle finger. So on the little finger side, but on the back of the hand. And it's just on the first phalanx. So that is bladder 60. Which helps to get the fluids moving into the joints, into the hands. And then on the other side as well. Okay, and then we go to the tips of the fingers. So on the inside of the thumb, this side. Then the inside of the index, then the tip of the middle finger, then the outside of the fourth finger, so you can press on and off, then both sides of the little finger, so first the inside and then the outside. So it'll just be interesting to see if this actually makes a difference, and I think slightly it does. Gives you a bit more finger sensation. So let's do the other side. Inside of the thumb, and also has other benefits down the meridian. And the hardest thing, of course, is the pressure itself can be quite difficult. So if you can use your whole body to keep integrity inside of the index. But yes, it has lots of benefits to the whole meridians, 6 meridians. Outside of the fourth finger. And breathe deeply. And then both sides of the little finger. And just press the fingertips together, and we'll begin some exercises. And then press together and just bounce the fingers together, and then push side to side. And then relax back to here. Then we're going to curl in and open one by one. And then open the palms and go one by one. And then open. And you can lift the fingers up a little bit to like that. You can have the arms stretched out, it's a bit easier to allow the circulation. And then back to this one. And then we'll go the other way. This is good for the elbows. You can do some elbow work as well. Circulating energy both ways, to the body and back to the hands. So it's like the hands reflect the internal state. That's why reflexology works. So it's, in a way, we're listening to our hands. Another one is just opening and closing the fingers, making space. And then next one is called the tabletop. So it's a series, first going tabletop, curling in, make a fist, curl in, tabletop, back to the top. So you can do this 9 or 10 times or more if you're having fun. Keep breathing, because sometimes we focus so much we stop breathing, and that would just slow us down, which is a good thing in a way. Sometimes we breathe too much. Okay, and another one is curling under, touch the thumb and index, and then open, and then touch 2 fingers and open. You can guess next time 3, and this time 4, and then you go back to 1, and take all the space that you need so that the circulation is good. It's like ironing out any creases. So you can do this 5 or 6 times. If you feel like it. One more time. Okay, and another one is to lift. This one's, you need to rest your hand on something and lift the finger up and just move it side to side. This is if you really want your fingers to work well. And then you take the hand and you wiggle the fingers like this, creating some neural pathways. As funny as it looks, it's effective. So we're also training the brain. And what do we use hands for? We use them for all sorts. Picking fruit, digging, typing on the computer, planting seeds, writing. So the same with the thumb. And then just feel the difference in the hands. Other side now. I'll just do it quickly, but you can do this for longer in your own time. The little finger is very important. They say it's responsible for the kidneys and the thumb. Okay, and now let's press the webbing together. Push firmly. Then open the fingers. So don't be uncomfortable, so just try and find where it's comfortable. So maybe not on the webbing, but somewhere in that point. Open the fingers. So it's a light pressure, you don't need to push hard. Okay, and then let's tap the fingers together. This is good for the brain memory. And then open the fingers and just the tips of the fingers. Can put the hands at the side, makes it a bit more easier and harder at the same time. Working out the forearms, and then flick the wrist one at a time. Okay, and now let's do some tapping. So this is the acupressure point we did before. And then here we also did a point here. And here. And here. And then we go like this, so the front of this hand touches the back of this hand, and then they both turn. About 3 fingers from the wrist. And then we want to switch to the other side, just to even it out. And then we'll just clap. Just celebrating our hands. And finally, there is a mudra which is supposed to be good for the circulation, and it's like this. So that's for the air element, and this one also helps the circulation. So these 2 mudras touching the very tip are good for circulation. And lastly, we'll put this into practice by doing Tai Chi push hands. So you circle around and then push out, and you can stretch the hand every now and again. So there are 4 ways you can do this. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we'll do it the other side now. Or you can use both hands. And standing up, it's probably easier. This is often done with 2 people, where you're balancing the energy, the yin and the yang. So I hope